Welcome to Morning Coffee. This morning I'm going to be talking about arrogance. Arrogance is someone who is feeling unpleasantly proud or they believe that they are more important than others. Well, this was the case between Edom and Israel and eventually Judah. Now, the Edomites were from the line of Esau, as where Judah was from the line of Jacob. Now, as we know, Esau and Jacob, they were twin brothers, but there was a rivalry there. And this rivalry started back even before they were born. The rivalry started in the womb where they were wrestling, even in the womb before they were born. And this rivalry, it continued for years on down the line to where it affected the whole line of people. Now, when Judah was conquered by the Babylonians, this really angered God due to the attitude. And so God showed Obadiah, who was a minor prophet, that soon the Edom was going to be completely wiped out. They were going to be destroyed because of their attitude. You see, the Edomites, they were a very arrogant people. And instead of helping Judah when the Babylonians conquered them, they just kind of sat back and did nothing to help them. They were from the family line. They did nothing to help them. My Judah was being conquered. Now, Edom was located in the southeast part of Israel. This was on the other side of the Jordan River. And the land was all sand, except where Edom itself was located was in the Red Sandstone Mountains. And in the territory, the way it's set, you had one way in and one way out, which really helped to protect them against the enemy attacks. And when the Babylonians expanded their territory, well, Edom quickly submitted to them. And so they just kind of smugly sat back in their territory, thinking that they were safe. But no, God showed Obadiah that the destruction of Edom was going to be complete, that there was going to be nothing left of the Edomites. And that's exactly what happened. They were completely destroyed. And this was all due to their arrogance, that arrogant attitude. And so people today need to take heeds of Edom's downfall. Because you see, even though there was one way in and one way out, that it eventually took part in them being destroyed as well. But you see, there is no technology, there is no military strength that can save you or protect you from the wrath of God. And as individuals, we are not beyond God's reach because God is all powerful and He is omnipresent. So we can run, we can hide, we can do whatever we want to try to escape God's wrath or to hide from Him. But it doesn't matter how far we go, we will always be within God's reach. And the best way to stay out of the reach of God's wrath is to stay close to Him. Think about that. Now, there is a German word that combines harm and joy. Now, I'm probably not going to pronounce this right, so bear with me, but it's something like Schadenfreude. I'm sure I am butchering that word, but it means to take pleasures in somebody else's misfortunes. And that describes the Edomites to a T with their attitude toward Judah. And with arrogant people, it will take over your thoughts and your behavior. And when we think we are more important than other people, we become selfish. We become envious. We become angry. We get so filled with angry, sometimes we even become violent. And none of that is from God. And people will justify their behavior saying, oh, my actions toward that person, that was right. I did what the right thing was. Why? Because they feel that only their way is the right way. But let us not forget David's words in Psalms 5, 4, and 6 that says, you are not a God who takes pleasure in evil. With you, the wicked cannot dwell. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. You destroy those who tell lies. Bloodthirsty and deceitful men, the Lord abhors. See, God cannot and will not condone sin, not even the little sins. But see, we as mankind, we put sins on different levels. Well, that was just a little white lie. It wasn't actually like I lied. It was just a little white lie. No, no, no. God, that's not how God sees it. God sees sin as sin. Because up in the Psalms 5, 6, it says that he will destroy those who tell lies. See, he didn't just say, oh, just the big ones or just the little ones. No, because a lie is a lie. No matter how small of a scale we want to put it on, because sin is still sin, no matter what. But the good thing is that as we grow spiritually, our sensitivity to sin increases. And see, that's just one of the blessings that we get from God. As we draw closer to Him, we begin to see sin a little differently, where before we may have seen those little white lies, oh, that's not a big deal. So as we get closer to God, we're thinking, that's still a lie. That's not okay. So our sensitivity to sin grows as our spirituality grows. That is so cool. So cool. And as Psalms 5:5 tells us, the arrogant cannot stand in God's presence. Why? Because it's a sin, and God is not going to condone it. So, people, let us learn from the Edomites that God will judge and He will destroy arrogance. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. And until next time.